Hi crypto peeps, hope you're doing well. Today's date is 8th of March 2024 and wow, what a crazy couple of weeks we've had. I know you've had an update on this and you've been checking out the news. It's everywhere right now. So let's have a look at this right away here. We're on CoinGecko here, and as of today, Bitcoin is now trading at $67,307. And as you probably know, you've been checking the news like I have every single day, that Bitcoin has surpassed for a very short period of time its all-time high, and it's trading roughly sideways now for the last couple of days. Let's have a look at it there. So it got to the dizzy heights here of its all-time high, went down a little bit in a dip, and now it's trading sideways at around about $66,000 to $67,000. So doing well, and with that, it's dragging everything up as well. So the altcoins are also doing fantastic right now. So with all this, let's get to the news, and I'm afraid most of the news is Bitcoin related. So here on the BBC here, this is 2 days ago, Bitcoin price briefly topped $69,000 for a new all-time high. The price of the world's largest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, briefly hit a new all-time high of more than $69,000. It surpassed a previous record set in November 2021. The new surge in price has been spurred by US finance giants pouring billions into buying Bitcoins, and the cryptocurrency rose to $69,200 shortly after 3 o'clock GMT time on Tuesday before falling back. Bitcoin's value has spiked by more than 50% over the last month, and Carol Alexander, a professor of finance at Sussex University, said its price could go higher than its new record, but warned that crypto was notoriously volatile. Absolutely. As with all the news, check it out. There's links down below, so there's a lot more information. I'm just reading bites of information for you here today. But yeah, Bitcoin topped. It dropped a little bit as people took profits, but it's holding steady at 67,000. People are wondering what's going to happen next. As you know, the ETFs are just pouring money into Bitcoin, and people are very interested right now. So with that, moving on to the next piece of news. Again, I'm sorry, this is all Bitcoin related because Bitcoin is the news at the moment. So this is on Business Insider, Markets Insider. Bitcoin is replacing gold in investor portfolios. Goes on to say here, by one measure, Bitcoin is already more popular than gold within investor portfolios, and this is boosted by the token's new price highs, and this is in a note from JP Morgan on Thursday. It said, at face value, gold should make up a higher percentage of portfolios than Bitcoin, given that an estimated $3.3 trillion is held for investment purposes. When comparing the two assets by notional amounts, Bitcoin's allocation would appear lower, given a market cap of exactly $1.3 trillion, and this comes from JP Morgan. But Bitcoin's volumes are also 3.7 times higher than gold. And when adjusting for this, JP Morgan found that Bitcoin's allocation is equal to gold at a price of around about $45,000. In other words, at $66,000 currently, the implied allocation to Bitcoin within an investor's portfolio has already surpassed that of gold in volume adjusted terms. Bitcoin's price has actually even jumped higher this week, surpassing its 69,000 all-time high before pairing gains. Gold also hit a new record, reaching as high as $2,155 on Friday. Bitcoin is enjoying an added boost from the upcoming halving event and the recent emergence of Bitcoin spot ETFs. According to JP Morgan, overall inflows into these funds now number $9 billion. Though this may not all be fresh money, and using gold ETFs as a guide, Bitcoin funds could eventually hold $62 billion. Now have a look at that figure. They're saying we're at 9 billion right now, and it could go up to 62 billion. That's a huge price increase there. Anyway, there's more information on that one. As I said, all the links down below. Check them out for the full information. Do your research on everything. Next piece of news here is on the Bitcoin is major banks embrace crypto. Bank of America, Wells Fargo now offers spot Bitcoin ETFs. As more and more of the biggest investing organizations begin to provide the funds to their clients, crypto ETFs are becoming more and more popular. Bank of America's Merrill and Wells Fargo are beginning to provide some of their wealth management clients access to them, and according to people familiar with the subject who spoke with Bloomberg News. Several of the biggest asset managers in the US, including Fidelity and BlackRock, are among the issuers of spot Bitcoin ETFs. But at first, wirehouses and conventional banks declined to provide the product to their clients. Vanguard, Citibank and UBS shunned the Bitcoin Bank investment vehicle at launch. The fact that mainstream brokerage platforms have accepted Bitcoin ETFs shows how big the businesses are beginning to view cryptocurrencies, and they're seeing them as accessible, respectable investment options as opposed to purely speculative holdings. There's lots more information on that here, lots of charts, lots of tweets, lots of quotes from Morgan Stanley, what everyone's doing. So please check that out as well. But essentially everyone is now getting into cryptos and everyone's getting into Bitcoin. My next piece of news here is on Cryptopolitan. Should you invest in Bitcoin now, during the halving, or after the halving? So, this is a good piece of news for the newbies out there that don't really know what they're doing, want to get a bit more of an understanding. I'm not going to read through all this. There's quite a lot to go through there, but please read through it yourself. There's lots of good information. I'll just pick up a couple of highlights for you here. Deciding whether to put your money in a Bitcoin now, amidst the halving, or after is a gamble that has the crypto community on its toes. So every 4 years, Bitcoin undergoes what we call a halving. This is when the reward for mining Bitcoin is essentially cut in half. This mechanism not only slows down the creation of new Bitcoins, but is also a moment that has historically led to significant price increases. And right now, the big question is whether the golden moment to invest in Bitcoin. A look at the past suggests that yes, halvings have often been followed by bull runs, pushing Bitcoins to new price highs. On the other hand, prices tend to move more slowly right after the halvings. This trend makes me think that 150 to 400 days after a halving might be the sweet spot for buying into Bitcoin. During this time, the fact that miners are selling less seems to be helping Bitcoin's price. Just before the last halving, Bitcoin's price soared past $60,000 for the first time in over 2 years, marking a significant pre-halving rally. This rally is also supported by a surge in investments into Bitcoin, particularly through the new spot Bitcoin exchange funds in the United States. But what's fueling this rally? It seems a mix of anticipation for the halving and a significant amount of investment flowing into Bitcoin ETFs. These funds are buying Bitcoin at an astonishing pace, creating a scarcity which is driving prices up. Based on historical performance and the declining rewards of each successive halving, some predict that Bitcoin may still have a substantial rise, perhaps causing its price to reach levels of $125,000 to $150,000 by some point in 2025. Some are even more bullish, predicting that Bitcoin might hit over $200,000 in the near future if the current bull market persists and general financial market circumstances remain good. Again, more information on that down below. Check it out in full. Okay, my next piece of news here is on Kitco, and its Bitcoin holds price above $66,000 as traders distribute profits into other altcoins. Inflows into spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds continue to be its driving force behind Bitcoin's resilience, led by BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust and the demand for institutionally accessible Bitcoin, and it shows no signs of slowing down. According to financial analysts, IBIT increased its Bitcoin holdings by 4,186 yesterday, bringing its total Bitcoin under management to 187,538. And BlackRock now holds 0.89% of the total supply of Bitcoin, with its total assets valued at almost $12.6 billion. Data provided by Farsight shows that collectively the 9 ETFs have recorded a net inflow of $8.9 billion worth of Bitcoin since launch, which includes the $9.88 billion in value that has exited GBTC. There's lots of tweets on this here, so check that out. So while Bitcoin is consolidating, we are entering the perfect conditions for an altcoin explosion. Data provided by CoinMarketCap shows that multiple altcoins in the top 200 have recorded double-digit gains on Thursday, whilst Bitcoin and Ethereum trade sideways, with traders shifting their activity from oversold meme coins to decentralized finance. More information on this down below, so check that out. But I've seen it myself. People are buying the meme coins. They are rising, going up in price. And also the altcoins, the AI coins, they're doing very well at the moment, and DeFi is doing well. So it's like people taking their profits out of Bitcoin. They're making profits. They don't know what to do with it. They don't want to put it in the bank. They don't want to realize it. So they're putting them back in the meme coins, which are having an upswing. So check that out. Okay, so with this, I'm going to move to my video-based news here. My first video-based piece of news here is on Altcoin Daily. It goes on for 9 minutes. And essentially, it's BlackRock is buying up the entire Bitcoin supply, and there's a final warning on that. So check that out. It's a great channel, great one to subscribe to. They put out daily content as per their name. It's fantastic and a good information source. Okay, moving on to my second video news by here is Coin Bureau. This goes on for 23 minutes. It's all about the crypto market. It's a general update and what's next for Bitcoin and the altcoins. So really good information on there, general information for people out there buying, trading, selling, all that kind of stuff. So check that one out. A great one to subscribe to. Now, moving on to my third video. My third video here is another one from Altcoin Daily, and it's about this man predicted everything and what comes next. A great person here, Carl Chase. I follow him. He predicted 5 altcoins recently that did massive rises. He's got a good history in doing this. He gives you his ideas for the next 3 that are coming. So check that out. It might be of use to you. As I said, research is the key. So have a look, see what he says. Have a look at the coins. Make your own decisions. I'm now moving on to my final news piece here. I love this. This is on Jamie Tree. This goes on for around about 17 minutes. Everything is wrong about what's coming. And this is an interview with Robert Kiyosaki. And it says 2024 Bitcoin prediction. Just really empowering general information here. And it gives a good conversation piece about why these guys, they think Bitcoin is the future. And it's really worth watching. It's really motivational. So have a look at that one. And general information as well. It's really packed with general information. So guys, that's it for the news this week. Lots happening out there. Bitcoin is on a roll, which is dragging up all the other altcoins as well. And everything's in the news at the moment. So you're going to see everyone offering you altcoins and all kinds of information out there. So be very careful out there. Please do your proper research. That's it on the news this week. Click that like button, subscribe, add any comments down below, ask us any questions, and check us out on the future forecasting group. We can give you that little bit of a bump of insight into what's coming before it hits the news. Have a great week out there. Be very safe. Namaste. We'll see you soon.